What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. So we are back with Randy.
Good morning, guys.
Maybe it's morning. Maybe they're watching at night. Just kidding.
It's morning to me, all right?
So we got a lot of questions from you guys, and I thought it would just be good before I leave to just sit down and answer all the questions, as awkward and uncomfortable as they are. So before we get started, if this is the first video you are watching, I am a recovering addict who served time in prison. So is Randy. He is my ex-boyfriend. We've filmed other videos in the past. I will leave them in the description box down below or on the card up here. I'll throw it somewhere so you guys can find them. So definitely go watch those videos before you watch the Q&A. It's gonna give you more of a backstory on who he is and all of that. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. I asked you guys on the YouTube community what questions you had for Randy, and we got 220 questions. That's a lot. I feel like we need to start with like the most important one and just get it out the way though. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
That was one of my favorite comments. Pineapple does belong on pizza, but you need the ham to go along with it.
Yeah, like the salty and the sweet. Like, what kind of amateur doesn't like pineapple on pizza? Just fight me. I just lost all my subscribers. Half of the population hates pineapple on pizza, and they're gonna fight about it in the comment section down below.
I love it.
I love it too. That's so funny. All right, be serious now. I can't be serious all the time, you guys. This is like hella random and kind of taking a turn, but I joked around in a previous video with you, and it got a couple of comments saying that I'm bragging about what I did, or I'm proud, or whatever. You guys, I just can't be serious all the time. So just because I make a little lighthearted joke here and there does not mean that I'm downplaying my convictions or my past or addiction. I just can't be serious all the time. I'm joking like 90% of the time off of camera, so sometimes that does come forward, and it's just who I am. I'm not gonna apologize for it, but that is the reason for lighthearted jokes. It's just who I am. Sometimes I make jokes. I'm a human being. I'm a real person. Okay, so how does your husband feel about you working / still being in contact with Randy? I think that's really important. First of all, he's not my husband. Reese is my boyfriend, but I went to Reese and I asked, do you think it would be a good idea to film with Randy? Do you know what his response was?
What's that? Like
this, before he even got the sentence out, he's like, yeah, I think that would be really positive. Reese and I just have a very mature relationship. If he did not want me in contact with Randy or it made him feel uncomfortable, I probably wouldn't do that because I don't want him to feel some type of way. But we were very encouraging of our exes. So I'm very encouraging when it comes to his ex who just got out of rehab. I was encouraging him to write her. I think it's important. I think sobriety matters more than our past dirty laundry, you know? So Reese does not mind. That is why I'm here. And we both have that mutual respect for each other. What are some positive differences you noticed about each other since getting sober? Congrats to both of you. Have a good day. You wanna go first?
I'll answer that first. Some of the, positive differences, like things that were different about you. You know, you're definitely much more responsible, you know, as far as taking care of yourself and taking care of your children. Not that you had children during your addiction, but, you know, I never saw that side of Jess before, so that's probably the most positive, you know, that you're able to take care of yourself, and not only yourself but your children also. The determination to succeed is one of the biggest things that I noticed too. There are many others that come along with it, you know what I mean, but they're insurmountable. There's too many to list.
I appreciate that, thank you. I think for you, I can see your mindset change. The reason why Randy's on camera after the 11th prison bid is I see that in him. I think that you really want it this time. Not that you didn't want it in the past, but you've just given up very quickly before. So he has been in situations that were really negative already since being out 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks today, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 weeks today. He's been put in 2 different really tough and negative situations, and he has not given up. He's responded very positively. The first one being that we were surrounded by state troopers. So that was a little crazy. And then there was a different situation that he was put in that we're not gonna talk about, but he responded the appropriate way. And I'm very proud of him for doing that, because old Randy would have been out the door, absconded from parole, on drugs, in New York City, like doing something. Somewhere. This is a hard one. You wanna answer this one?
I guess. What is it?
I'm not gonna tell you. Randy, were you ever in love with Jess, or were you just with her for the benefits? And I'm assuming that means like drug dealer.
All right, so in the beginning, I just, you know, the drugs didn't have an effect on it. You know, I fell in love with Jess for who she was, and you know, later on in the relationship, unfortunately, drugs played a big part in it. You know, she always had easy access So it was definitely a benefit of the relationship. You know, I stuck around for a long time because of that, and you know, fortunately, that doesn't play a part in our friendship now.
Yeah. You know, I knew that because I was a drug dealer and it was always there, I knew that that's why you would stay. And I, like, to keep it 100, I knew that I could control him and the people around me with drugs and money. And I was a really shitty, destructive person, and I knew that I was doing that to you. When I say that we were codependent, I mean, you guys, we were codependent so badly. I felt like I couldn't live without him. So it was really hard, but I was just as destructive as he was. So any negative thing I tell you guys about Randy, there's always another side to it where I'm also a shitty person, you know? Would you concur?
Talk a lot of shit. I gotta watch more of these videos.
I don't talk a lot of shit. I'm sure you've seen all the videos. How are you guys able to be friends now because you two are so codependent? That's a good one.
You answer first.
Me?
Yeah.
Our friendship never ended. So in 2011, he went to prison for the 9th time? 8th time.
Like the 8th
Who
time.
the hell knows? I don't know. He went to prison in 2011. I went on the run in 2011 for a set of charges that I was innocent of, and I have since gotten dropped. But we didn't break up. We just stopped talking for a little while. He went to prison, I went on the run, and got like really bad into meth. I know, highlight of my life there. And we wrote back and forth. Even when I was in prison, I found a way to write him in prison. So our friendship never really ended. We always stayed in contact. I've stayed in contact with him the past 7 years that I've been sober, writing him, supporting him, having money on the phone so he can call, things like that. So it's very easy for us to be friends because we've always been in contact. I've tried to support him and encourage him the best that I could since getting sober. So, you know, how about you?
What was the question?
I don't know. How are we able to be friends now?
You know, the reason I feel we're able to be friends is because that bond was created before the addiction and the drugs came.
Yeah.
So it's easy to fall right back into it. And it's actually a more positive friendship now than it was before. All the destructive shit isn't there. We're not trying to destroy each other, you know.
I agree. Do you still have a relationship with your son?
I do have a relationship with my son. Unfortunately, right now it's over the phone and, you know, FaceTime. I haven't physically seen him in 9 years, but the relationship hasn't fallen apart, thank God, because he's resilient as hell. He understands the situation. He'll be 17 this year, so, you know, he understands what's going on and the choices that I've made, so he's forgiving. So for that reason alone, the relationship is still strong.
He's such a good kid too. I love him. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's too far away for me.
Yeah. He's a one day at a timer.
In 5 years, I could just hope that I'm in this current situation that I'm in right now, sober, living in a one-room apartment, you know. That's what I could hope for. Where would I like to be? I'd like to be 4 years into a career and enjoying life, you know. But it's too far away. One day at a time right now. As long as I'm sober today, that's all that matters to me.
I think it's good that you're not like putting too much on yourself in 5 years. I think for me, I was really overwhelmed when I got out of prison because I was at a halfway house, my daughter was in DHS, I had no money. Yeah, I was still on the ramen noodle diet. I'd be happy if I could afford a freaking microwave burrito. So I put a lot of stress on myself. I thought I had to come out and be Mary Poppins to some kid. Like, I was really critical of myself because I didn't have it all right now. But I think we underestimate what we can do in 2 years and overestimate what we can do in 10. So in 2 years, I had my own place, my car, good job, had my daughter back, and everything was Gucci. You know, so one day at a time is a really good thing for you because you jumped back into doing drugs so quickly before. So I'm so proud that you're 2 weeks sober out of prison. I know you guys, that doesn't seem like a lot of time, but for him, it's really good. So I'm very proud of you. A couple people asked about his childhood. We will make another video via Skype or whatever when I go home about your childhood and growing up and everything because he has a lot of stories to tell in that regard. Was it awkward in any way for you and Jess to reconnect after the past you had? And I think honestly, because we were in contact, like letters and phone, it really wasn't awkward for me. But seeing you after years was, I don't know, was it weird at first?
I mean, you kind of stole my answer there.
Sorry.
You know, to pick up where she left off, it wasn't so awkward because we've remained in contact.
So no, it's not awkward?
It's not awkward at all, no.
Yeah, I don't think it's awkward either because we've been friends for so long. Is he afraid of videos/conversations like this triggering him for a relapse so early on in his sobriety?
I think just the opposite. I think it's positive for me to talk about it and to try to reach out, and not only to help others, but to let others listen to my story. So yeah, I think it's a positive thing for me to do. And if I wasn't doing it, I'm not saying that I would use again, because I'm pretty sure I've made that conscious decision not to, but it's definitely a big help for me, and I look forward to it.
It's different when you have a bunch of people cheering you on. You know what I mean? My subscribers are so supportive and encouraging and amazing. All of the comments you gave Randy were so positive, and I'm grateful for that. So I can't even imagine how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, it definitely helps to know that there are people out there that I don't even know that support me and are cheering me on. So thanks a lot, guys, for that.
Yeah, and I appreciate that too, you guys. A lot of you always tell me that I help you not feel so alone, but you guys help me not feel alone too, and I love each and every one of you. So thank you guys so much for being so awesome and so nice. Like, I don't know how I got so lucky with the nicest group of subscribers on YouTube, but I really did.
Yeah, there's like very few negative comments.
Ever. I might get some comment about my teeth
haters,
not being straight, but like, whatever. Come at me, bro. If you guys would have gotten and stayed sober in Iowa, do you think you would still be together?
I mean, it's really hard to predict the future, I think we would have had a better chance, if we stayed sober.
We were also very young.
We were.
You know what I mean? Young, immature, we would fight all the time. I mean, there were moments where it was so good and I was so happy. And then there were moments that were so bad and I was fucking miserable. And it was always like that. Either we were really, really happy or really, really not. There was no in between. And I think because we were so young and also addicts, we didn't know how to treat each other. We didn't know how to start a family or make a life outside of addiction. We had to do that on our own. We had to go through our own things and learn about life separately.
I agree.
So all of the questions about could his life have been different if he wasn't a drug addict, we're gonna skip those because it's really, we are where we are. He is who he is. All the things that happened already happened. All we can do is move forward, and I think that's what he's really, focused on today.
Yeah, just to add to that real quick, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and just who we are today is a result of the things that we've went through. So yeah. I'm okay with the way things are today.
This is a hard one too, but a lot of you guys want to know how we feel about each other, so we might as well answer it. I know. Hi Jess and Randy. How do you, Randy, feel about Jess now? How are your feelings towards her? But I'll answer that too. I care about Randy. I want to see him do well. I want to see him have everything that I have, a family, a life, sobriety. I want all of that for him and so much more. And I'm your biggest cheerleader, dude. I really want to see you succeed and be happy.
On my part, I'm very happy for Jess and what she's achieved thus far today, and I know she's just got so much more ahead of her. To see her happy makes me happy, so that's my answer for that.
Randy, what's the craziest thing you ever saw in prison?
I mean, there's many things that I saw that would blow my mind, or that of the average citizen. I guess the craziest thing I've ever seen is, one particular assault. An inmate was assaulted by 3 other gang members, 3 of his fellow gang members with ice picks, which are a sharpened piece of steel, he was stabbed multiple times in the face and torso. He did live. He barely clung to life for a while, but that's probably the worst thing that I ever seen happen.
How close were you to that?
I was probably 30 feet away when it happened,
away.
Yeah, in Clinton Yard.
Dang, dude. Randy, what are some positive habits and changes that you have made since staying sober?
Positive habits and changes. Taking care of my health. When I was using, I had complete disregard for my health and my body. So that's one of the biggest things for me today. I'm enjoying my physical health. It's a big thing for me. I'm trying to diet a little bit, but pizza's been on the menu quite a lot lately.
Okay, so we filmed a lot in Break for Pizza. I'm in New York. I want pizza.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Physical health.
It's free pizza.
And my well-being. Other positive changes, I keep a schedule, That's one thing that I never did before. I kind of just lived life day by day. Although I do live it day by day now, I kind of wake up in the morning with an idea of what I'm going to do that day and small goals throughout the day that I need to accomplish.
Like what?
Like a workout in the morning. Again, planning and eating my meals regularly.
I think that structure is really important.
It
and the
is.
fact that you're doing that without any like coaching from me or suggestion from me is awesome. Not that you're dumb and don't know. I mean, I'm just saying like that's not something that we talked about, but it's something that you're doing on your own. Like you've made that choice to realize that every day I'm going to do these things. It's going to be positive. If you didn't have that structure, I would be a little worried.
Yeah, those things definitely help keep my mind off using.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to say that I don't think about it because I see people and, you know, certain things every day that make me think about using. But if I didn't have those things, those other things on my mind, I would have nothing else to think about but the negative shit, you know?
What's your biggest hobby today?
I guess I would say working out, you know? Although I haven't had really much time in the last 2 weeks, I try to get it in wherever I can. Whether it's doing pull-ups on the monkey bars or, you know, just doing some crunches in my room. You know, I guess working out is my biggest hobby today.
Are you going to have your own YouTube channel?
I am. I've actually created it. I just haven't uploaded any videos yet. So the story's coming, guys. Just be patient with me.
Yeah, he also, not to be a dick, but like you're technologically dumb.
Yeah.
Because he's been in prison for so long, and I didn't know any of this stuff either, you guys. I literally had to watch YouTube videos to figure out how to make YouTube videos. Like, I didn't know what to do, but you learn as you go, and I will help you with that. I'll give you like a free 30-minute class, and that's all I can do.
Much appreciated.
I'm busy, but I will help you, and we'll see, you know. I think giving you that platform is amazing and really positive, so make sure I get the link to your first video, okay? Did your physical appearance change drastically while on drugs?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna look for his mugshots, like, whoo. There's been some where like these cheekbones are popping out his face and they've been bad.
Yeah, last year wasn't good for me. I lost 30 pounds in 45 days, I think. I think I ate half a slice of pizza and a bowl of cereal in 30 days, you know?
Oh my God, dude.
So my physical appearance definitely did change. Thank God I got a resilient body and I bounced right back, but it definitely changed drastically. People notice it. When people start making comments on your physical appearance, you know that, you know, you're bad.
Yeah, like holy shit, dude. Okay, so is there anything you want to say before we end today's video?
Other than, you know, I appreciate all the support and the cheering on. I don't think there's much more to say. Just, you know, I hope for the best today for, you know, everyone listening and watching, and also for Jessica and myself. You know, if you wake up each day with positive things on your mind, positive things breed positive things. So stay positive and stay tuned in.
I just can't wait to continue to check up with you and to film your journey. You're gonna look back on these videos a year from now and be very proud of yourself. I already know. So you guys, we will film more with Randy via Skype or whatever we can do. I can't wait to have you back on later so that you can tell us you have 6 months out sober. Today is like day 170.
Somewhere around there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not counting, but
I keep track. I don't know how I remember that. I remembered Hoopers too. Like I just know. I love you guys so much. So stay safe, stay sober, do not break the law, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Later, guys.